Hope you guys had a good weekend. If not, here's some medication for you. Some Monday medication. Greetings and salutations, it is Eric from the Mental Ward, or where did Eric go? Whatever you feel like calling me. Anyway, it's Monday, so here's some medication to get you through the week. Because I know it's going to be a shit one. So, I came up with an idea while I was working today. How about I list off 5 games that I think deserve to have sequels? Now, I'm somewhat against sequels, but if they're done well, like certain games that I've seen in the past, hell, I'll be excited. So, the first game that I'm going to list off had a sequel that was going to be happening and then stopped. There's been no talk of it in like the past 2 or 3 years, but Beyond Good and Evil. Now, I first played Beyond Good and Evil when it first came out on the PlayStation 2. That was probably one of my favorite games because it melded so many different genres into one. And the other thing it really had going for it was a tough, awesome female protagonist named Jade. She was not like wimpy or anything like that. She could kick ass. She used an awesome bow staff and some cool little powers. Also, she liked photography. That's another one of the little side missions in the game. You take a lot of pictures of all the different animals and you get a lot of extra bonus items, which is cool. But also, your uncle is a fucking humanoid looking pig. That's fucking cool. And his name is Paige, spelled P-E-Y-J. Also awesome. Yeah, the combat system was kind of like Legend of Zelda mixed with almost like what Batman is now. I want a sequel. It was supposed to be happening, but it's not happening anymore. Number 2, Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. Now, I did not beat Eternal Darkness because when I first owned the game on the GameCube, I did not have a memory card. So every time I died, I had to start the entire game over. Every time I turned the system off, I had to start the game over. But I've seen a lot of gameplay and everything, and just the whole schematic behind the sanity part. If your sanity meter drops too far, the game starts messing with you. To the point where it'll make it look like, oh, because back in the day, this one would really scare you. Oh, the input changed, or the system turned itself off. It would look like it because it would just black screen and video would pop up, and then it would flick back on, be like, haha, we're screwing with you. Good game. Also, like, your head would just randomly get knocked off if your sanity was low, and then it would come back. Okay, next game. So the next game I bought a couple months ago. I played a little bit of it, but I also saw him in the game Anarchy Reigns because he's really cool. I'm trying not to say fuck. Mad World, which was on the Wii. It was a black and white beat-em-up game, kind of like how the Running Man was, also like Mad Max. Mad Max Running Man put together, even though, well, the guy you play as, his name is Max, and he's got a chainsaw built into his arm, which is really cool. But yeah, so it's a beat-em-up, black and white, and the only color that shows up is red. So expect a lot of blood out of that game. Yeah. Fourth game, more of a recent title, is actually Dragon's Dogma. Now, I know over in Japan they have the Dragon's Dogma online game that's kind of in beta, but also somewhat still released. We don't know if it's going to be coming to America. I really hope it does, because I love Dragon's Dogma, and so does Adam, aka Ranger. You saw him starting to do his series. The combat system was great. You can latch on to guys just like in Shadow of the Colossus and beat the shit out of them with a sword, or daggers if you're a ranger, kind of like in the video that I'm showing you right now. And it was just exploration. It was kind of like take Dark Souls, Skyrim, and Shadow of the Colossus and kind of put them together, because the game was really hard. You can climb on shit, and then there was a lot of quests to do. Not to mention the expansion where you can literally die in one hit from one enemy. It's death, but come on. And the 5th game. It took me all the way until I started filming this video to think of that 5th game, because I looked on my wall over here. I would like to see another Freedom Fighters. Now, I don't know if a lot of you played this game back in the day, but pretty much what this one was, take Red Dawn, and yeah, it's pretty much Red Dawn, almost. Except you don't play a bunch of high school students, stuff like that. You play a plumber. And you get mixed into kind of like a little rebel alliance that's working up against Soviet Russia, who decides to take over New York and the rest of the country. This game showed something that I haven't really seen from a lot of games. It showed just everything happening over a period of time and your character actually evolving to the point where even you'll see his hair growing because it'll be from months to months, and see how everything goes and how just the story gets even better. And I can't remember how it ends. It's been so many years since I played it. I'm probably going to play this on the channel just because I love this game. And the disc is not in there. But yeah, it was a third-person shooter, and pretty much most of the games that were on the original Xbox were like that. Just like Stubbs the Zombie. I love that game. Surprised that I didn't put that on this list, but that one actually had an ending. Kind of. I think that's gonna end the video right there. I listed off 5 games that I would like to see sequels for. If you have ideas on games that you would really want to see a sequel to, let us know down below in the comments section on Facebook, because that's also how we like to see stuff. Even Twitter, if you like contacting us. Whatever you guys feel like doing. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, shit, all that stuff. Yes, we want to get out there. And we will. Join us, become one of the inmates for our mental ward. But anyway, I'll see you guys on Friday. Have a nice week. Try not to kill anybody. If you do, you'll probably end up in the mental ward we're in. Yeah. And if you didn't see it, I started a new full prescription for Life is Strange. Episode 1 should be up. It's about 35 minutes if you guys feel like watching it. I don't talk a lot, so you can enjoy the story. But yeah. Bye-bye. Quack, quack.